Hi guys, we're chunking out these videos like we said on the last video for the 4th of July weekend. So we're doing these videos on Thursday. If the lines move on any of these selections, by all means, you can send me a text, especially become an All Access member, where you can communicate directly with Al and ask him about games that you want to know about, even the free selections that we give out here on these videos. Up over 500, actually 507 units last season from the first snap in football all the way to the championship game, which was a 10-unit release in the NBA. From that period of time, a dime player made 507,000. A dollar player made 50,700. So if you want to be an all access member, by all means, reach out to me at 443-957-1006. With that being said, I think we're looking at a CFL game on Sunday, 7-6.
Yeah, we're going to look at the game on Sunday. It goes at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Ottawa Red Blacks at the Edmonton Elks. Currently, Ottawa a 2-point favorite. And what is noteworthy, Eric, about this game is that there is one team in the Canadian Football League this season which has yet to win a game, and that team is the Edmonton Elks. They're 0-3 straight up. They're also 0-3 ATS, so they've not made a lot of friends in Las Vegas. A lot of guys who bet on sports, they don't like playing on bad teams, but this is an instance where you actually want to look at the team that has yet to win a game. When you take a look at how Canadian Football League teams have fared, if they are winless on the season, dating back, for example, to 2006, there have been 134 team games involving a winless team with an 0-1 or worse record if their opponent has won at least one game, which is the case here. And our winless teams are profitable. They've gone 73-59 with 2 pushes ATS. So that record is decent. It's good for 55.3%, but there's actually a tightener that we can apply to this angle to improve it from the 55.3%. And what we want to do is take teams that are also off a point spread loss, and you want to eliminate teams that are off point spread wins and ties. And so with that applied, then we can take our 73-59 angle, and it zooms to 59-43 ATS, which is 57.8%. So we're going to take the 2 points with Edmonton, Eric, and we're going to look for them to get into the win column on Sunday night.
And they're +2?
+2.
So now the question I'm going to ask you is the question that I'll get asked. Why wouldn't I just take them on the money line?
I like taking points.
That's the answer that I wanted to hear, because people. That's how.
There's an old adage. Win the bet first, worry about the odds later.
I like it. Win the bet first, worry about the odds later.
I'm always going to take the points with an underdog. I'm not going to forego points. Too many times, teams do lose by 1.
Absolutely. And I think you said because of the rules in CFL that can happen.
We talked about that. I wonder if people out there are wondering, are they ever going to give us the answer? Remember we talked about that about a week ago?
And I moved my office around and I had all the papers. Oh, man.
Well, I remember off the top of my head, I could probably wing it. I don't know the exact number.
It was between 10 and 14%.
Well, so what we were talking about was what percentage of times do NFL games land on 3 exactly, and then what percentage of times do Canadian football games land on 3 exactly. And I think we also looked up off air, college football as well, just to compare all 3. From my memory, I think it was the NFL was 15%.
Oh,
did you find it?
I found it.
Okay.
1,470 CFL games, 10.47% of the time. 3 was in play. 11,352 NFL games, 15.05% of the time. And
what was college football like? It was like
college
8
football,
or 9%?
27,432 games, 8.9% of the time. So it was 10.47% for CFL, 15.05% for the NFL, 8.9% for the CFL, and I'm just proud that I found the paper.
Yeah. So what? And so it's important that people understand the percentages because we think about three being a key number in the NFL. It's not as big of a key number in Canadian football because of the Rouge.
15
You can
versus 10.
easily score a single. You can easily score a single point when you kick the ball into the end zone. It's not returned, etc. So the games don't land on three as much. And then, of course, with college football, it goes all the way down to 8.9% because you have a lot of high point spreads. Teams are playing non-competitive games. If it's whatever, Iowa State versus whatever
Yeah,
Marshall or something.
right,
So
exactly.
so very very much less games than college football will land on three. So and we talk about it also all the time throughout the football season. Don't buy half points.
Yeah, all these guys try to middle. So if you were paying for a half points off every three, could you make money with 15% of the games hitting three on the middle?
No, because the books are charging $1.30 for the privilege most of the time.
So that on
And
every
and and
100
the and
games,
the and the other thing that you have to realize is it lands on 3 15%, but that includes most games where that includes games where the line's 7, 7.5, 9, 14, 12. That doesn't mean the game had a point spread of
oh,
3.5 and landed on three.
very
It's
good.
any game
Any,
lands on three.
not the line, not
So
the pushed. Right, I got it.
yeah, I mean when I studied half points and stuff, I didn't just restrict it to on and off three. I just looked at all the numbers. You're basically um, paying 40 to 50% more than it's worth.
Maybe
So maybe
maybe in a future video we'll actually look at the actual three. I'm sure you could pull, not now, obviously, the teams that closed at three and how many times in the NFL there was a push on three. Not even CFL or college, but
well, I remember I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, with the circa closing line, not one game the entire NFL season, 285 games, not one game landed on the exact number a couple of
really,
years ago. Yeah.
wow.
It was like a quirk. And I mean, don't forget, like if the game's on the half point, it can't land on the number. So it's not
Correct.
exactly 285 games. It's maybe if half the games are half points, then it's 140 games. But yeah, that 1 year, 2 or 3 years ago, not a single game landed exactly on the number.
There you go, guys. You got, well, it don't. And the moral of the story is don't buy half points, and don't play the money line when you're getting two, because as you said, what
No,
was
you can do it. It's just that's my preference. I prefer to take
there you go. So if we're going to follow his preference, Edmonton Elks +2 is your complimentary selection. Reach out to me to get access to the all access. And as always, good day and good luck.